Hey, everybody. Pete Bludworth with Corrections Unfiltered, podcast where corrections meets conversation. I want to talk about high-profile inmates. What are they? Well, one specific high-profile inmate that I want to talk about are the high-profile inmates who have a very large audience in the community, whether it's from the media, whether it's from television viewing or movies or whatever, but they have a high profile out there. And when they come into the facilities, there are those who do not assimilate into the corrections world. They have a hard time assimilating into prison. So what do they start doing? They begin making accusations of mistreatment. They begin making accusations of bad food, bad housing conditions, bad this, bad this, bad this. They begin to highlight that. A lot of times they're going to reach out to local community leaders, national leaders, and the media. Let's take the media. Once they get a hold of this thing, they're going to take all the accusations this person made and elevate them to a whole nother level. But these cameras aren't going to catch what's actually going on. They're not going to show that this person is not assimilating into the prison environment. They're going to be upset because their actions and behaviors, they're being held accountable by the staff members, or the things that they think that they should have freely just aren't freely given to them in the prison setting. So these accusations are going to be false, but the media hypes them all up. We need to make sure that whatever is happening is not advocacy, it's actually manipulation. But it's also very difficult whenever the person gets their family on board. So now you've got this other element out there where they're hyping up the media. They're getting everything going. They're the ones who are going to make sure that this gets to the attention of the right people. But that's where the agencies have to step in. How do they do this? Well, first of all, almost every agency, if not all, they get accredited somehow. So there's a paper trail to go back to prove that they're actually following the proper policies, they're following their procedures. And if they weren't at one particular time in a specific area, then they do a corrective action plan to make sure that they get back on track. So note that and say, this prison has been inspected for a period of time, has been shown that it has proper living conditions, that they actually have proper food, they are providing proper medical. This stuff is always going to be checked and researched. The other thing is they hold internal investigations, whether it's going to be their own people checking into it. Sometimes they even go external and they'll have somebody else come in and take a look at it. So that way they can make sure that whatever happened is truly looked at. And if someone has to be held accountable or if something has to be corrected, it is. That information needs to be put out there. And here's why. Many times people's careers get put on hold or they actually get damaged even when they didn't do anything wrong. And that is what we have to stop. We have to stop corrections from not going out to the public and saying, hey, these accusations are being made. We looked at it, an honest look at it, and here's what happened. And this is how it worked out. And this is how it was handled. Because it is tough. And when you're that person where everything seems to be piled up against you and your career is put on pause, everybody's kind of whispering around like, did they do it? Did they do it? Did they do it? And you come out clean. Sometimes it's still there. Sometimes it's still in the back of people's minds. So it does impact. And that's why agencies need to get out there and they need to be transparent. They need to make sure that, hey, what you thought was advocacy was really manipulation. When this person was making all these accusations, it was really because they were not assimilating to the fact that now they were in a community that was controlled by rules and policies. And when that happens, you will begin to see these things back down a little bit. Also, what's going to happen is the community is going to begin to build up that trust in corrections, see them as the true law enforcement component that they are. And we're going to start seeing our pride level go up in our profession, and we're going to start seeing people want to be more engaged in our profession. So high profile inmates, they can be challenging. The accusations that they make, they can be damaging. Do we need to look into them? Absolutely. Do we need to be transparent? More so. We really need to get the word out there, because I'll tell you why. Staff members count. Staff members matter. And we need to make sure that we're taking care of them. So on behalf of Corrections Unfiltered, thank you for taking the time to support the channel. Please subscribe. Please share it. Please like. What would be really good, have some comments on this conversation so that we can find out what you've been going through, what you think, where we might have missed, because I didn't get everything. I know I didn't catch everything. So let's have a good, energized conversation going, and let's talk again. Thank you.